And that is how I control my opponent, through that contact point. So see, right here, by the forearm, I'm controlling it right there. I do not try to put it here. I do not put it here. What I do is I take that pressure and distribute it between the arm, but I control it through my wrist. And you can see it's my wrist that creates that torque. See, I'm torquing. Now, this is a little exaggerated. You can see the torque of my wrist. In reality, I would torque it to convert it. You can see. But I'm turning my wrist so you can see how my wrist, if push in my face if you can, hit it to my face. Hit it to my face. See? And if you do this experiment, you can learn how to convert energy. So if he's throwing a punch at me, and I make a ton, notice how my hand is converting energy up instead of here. Now, the Bong Sao is not something you just throw into if you make a connection from a punch. You should always create like a Wu Sao, Pak Sao, a Tan Sao type of hand, and if the pressure exceeds, that's when you know you can bomb. Don't get too bomb happy, where we just want to actually throw it on and just try to bomb, because that's a timing guessing issue. You don't know how fast he's going to make that impact on you to bend. So what we do is we always make like a Wu Sao type of deflection. Now, if his pressure was not greater than ours, then I can get in. Now, if his pressure was greater, where it's like pressing in, that's when I know. That's where my sensitivity tells me to bend. Okay? The key, like I said, is we want to control it through 2 points in our palms, from the pinky and from the thumb. Between these two, if you can see how I torque those two hands, you can see my forearm turning. That's what creates the control. Okay? Now, this is so you can see. So you can see how I'm doing this. Okay? And what we want to do with that is we want to be able to pivot and control the energy left or right, up or down, depending on the opponent's energy and how we want to deal with it. Okay? By taking that pressure, if you notice how my arm's like this, if he pushes in, I can even turn it through the torquing of the wrist. If I do this and I pull backwards, trying to push from my arm and not my wrist, the energy will collapse and press. An experiment that you can do to your, with somebody is just hold your bomb, okay, as he pushes. Hold and maintain. See how my arm kind of changes? While trying to maintain, you can just turn. Try not to move your structure. So even here, if I time, notice how my structure never broke. Now what happens if the guy's pressure is greater than our structure? That's where the body comes into play. That's why you have to learn to use your footwork, your waist. I always tell my students the two most important things that you have to learn to get down lies between your wrist and your waist. Okay? Your wrist is so you control energy from the contact points. The waist is important because when the pressure gets close to our body, we lose space between our arms. To make up that space, our body turns to move to create space for us. Even though we don't extend out, we can pretty much turn the energy off us, creating that space from here to here. Whereas if I kept here and I try to turn without moving, it'll crush me. But if I move my body weight, I'm creating a greater space